Hi everybody, this is your instructor Erin Fujinami, and we're going to go over a short-term syllabus for 1A and 205. So if you're watching this video, you are probably in my spring 2023 1A class at Fresno City College. Sometimes I use these videos after that, so if you're in another short-term 1A class at Fresno City and your schedule number is slightly different, that's okay. All of your policies and everything are still going to be the same. All right, so you're in an English 1A class. It probably has a co-requisite, which is 205. If you check out our welcome video on Canvas, you'll hear more about that co-requisite. So how are we meeting? We are online only and asynchronous. So that means that we do not have scheduled meetings on Zoom, but we do have assigned recorded lectures which you are required to watch weekly at your own pace. We do have assignments, and those are due every week on Wednesday and Friday. And then when we're working on an essay, which will happen 3 times throughout the semester, those are due on Mondays. And then the rest of that week is spent kind of workshopping the essay and then turning in the final draft. But aside from that, all of your work will always be due on Wednesdays and on Fridays. So how can you reach me? You can email me. My email address is here. You can also text me on an app called the Remind app. If you want to join that app, which I highly recommend because it's the easiest and quickest way to reach me and also get a response, then you're going to take out your phone and text to start a text, enter this number. So 81010 is where you're going to be sending the text. For this particular class, the code that you're sending is 1A205S. Remember that that code changes depending on your particular class. So if you're watching this lecture and you are not in this exact course number, go ahead and head to your welcome video or your syllabus document, which is on Canvas, and you'll have an updated code there. I do have office hours by appointment, so you can reach me on Zoom if you would like to come and visit me in office hours. The way to do that would be to either email me or text me on the Remind app and let me know that you would like to chat on Zoom, and we can set that up. So basic course information for my 1A and 205 classes at Fresno City. Your textbooks are all available for free online. You do not need to purchase a textbook for our class. However, if you would like to purchase a hard copy of one of the things that we're reading, you can do that with The Awakening. That's a novel that we're reading. So any version of that is okay, and you can probably find those for free at the library as well. Required materials that you would need for class are listed here. The biggest one is access to Canvas. It's very important that you have access to Canvas and that you know how to navigate Canvas. There are Canvas tutorials available on our Canvas page, and if you need help with figuring out how to get logged in or anything like that, feel free to contact me and I'm happy to give you some tutorials. You will need to be doing some writing for class, so if you prefer to do that on paper, then a tablet of some kind and some pencils or pens and highlighters are a good idea. If you would prefer to do your writing online, then you can just do that with whatever Word program you would like to use. Course objectives for English 1A are all listed here, as well as your student learning outcomes. All of these basically just help you to understand why we do the assignments that we do. Your course description is here so you can understand sort of what the overall goals and purposes of the course are, as well as the different things that we have to accomplish by the end of the course. A quick note about short-term classes. Since this overview is about a short-term class, make sure that you are prepared for the realities of a short-term class. So we are starting late, and that means that we are squishing all of the same requirements into a shorter amount of time. So you are going to be working at a little bit of a faster pace than a regular full-term class. If that's not something that sounds ideal to you, then this might not be the best class for you. So consider that before the drop date. If you're like, this is not a good fit, that's totally okay. You can drop this class and you can get into a different one and try again. However, of course, all of these different supports are in place for you. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but you do want to try and stick it out, make sure that you're using tutoring, make sure that you're relying on your groups, and then also keep in contact with me. And you can absolutely get through it. It's very doable. I just like to lead with that you know it is a short-term class. We work at a faster pace. Grading and assignments for English 1A. So this is our grading breakdown. We use a pretty traditional points-based system. Small writing assignments, this is the work that you do every week on Canvas. This work is due on Wednesdays and Fridays. That will add up to about 400 points, or about 40% of your grade. Essays add up to about another 400 points, another 40% of your grade. You do have required tutoring that you need to attend. It is available for free on campus or on Zoom. That's 50 points of your grade this semester. Group meetings, where you meet with your group, which you have been assigned, are another required portion of the class. You can meet with your groups online in any format that works for you guys, or you could meet in person, and that is about 50 points of your grade total as well. The final exam is worth 100 points, so that brings us to a total of right around 1,000 points. This might vary slightly depending on if I have to add or remove an assignment, so just be aware of that. And your grading breakdown, 90% or above is an A, 80 to 89% is a B, and so on. Assignment descriptions are here in your syllabus, so small writing assignments. Remember, I just mentioned those are available on Canvas every Sunday, and those are due on Canvas by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday and Friday. Every week, that is the schedule. The only difference is if if we're writing an essay, then you're going to be submitting an essay draft on Monday in addition to, the other assignments that you're doing for class that week. If you're submitting a typed assignment, please make sure that you're submitting a PDF. This is important. I will not accept or grade anything else, so you need to make sure that you know how to submit a PDF. If you are not sure, I have tutorials available on Canvas. You can also text me or ask your group for help with that. So for your writing assignments, you can either type them in for all of these small assignments, or if you're writing them, on a Word document or something like that, that's fine. Just save it as a PDF. Late work is not accepted. Any assignment which was not written by you or which was written without citing will also be given a 0, so just keep that in mind. Essays and writing as a process. So another type of assignment that you'll complete are, of course, your essays. So we're writing 3 graded essays this semester. Each of them will have multiple drafts and workshops. Each essay has a packet with detailed directions as well as resources, and that'll be available at the beginning of each unit. And then you should keep that essay packet handy so that you understand what we're working towards in terms of that essay. The essay packets have everything that you need, so you'll have directions on what to include, the assignment details such as how long does the essay need to be, how many sources do I need to include, all of that good stuff is in your essay packet. You also have a sample student essay that you can look at just so that you can see sort of what we're going for in each of our essays, so make sure that you're checking those out. Same rules apply here for essays. Make sure that you're submitting a PDF. Late submissions are not accepted. Make sure that you are the only one that is writing your essay. Otherwise, your essay will be given a 0, and if it's plagiarized, I do have to report that. So make sure that you avoid those things. Tutoring and group work are also a required part of our class, so 5 times throughout the semester, you are required to attend free tutoring and reflect on how tutoring has helped you. All of the details that you need are available at this link here. I also go over tutoring in more detail in our welcome video, so check that out. Sometimes your lectures will have built-in quizzes involved. Those are required, so make sure that you do take those. I sometimes also include quizzes on Canvas as part of our small weekly assignments, so be on the lookout for those. In order to prepare for quizzes, you just need to complete your assigned readings and watch your assigned lectures. Quizzes are small. They'll usually be, 5 or 10 questions. If you require extra time on quizzes due to a disability, let me know as soon as possible so that I can make sure I build that time in for you with your quizzes. Course policies. Synchronous class meetings do not apply in this particular case. Asynchronous classes, if your class meets asynchronously, you're going to be completing assignments weekly. And completing your assignments for the week constitutes your participation and attendance for that week. So if you complete a majority of your assignments, you'll be marked present. If you don't, you'll be marked absent. Remember that we do have lectures. In this case, we are online, so your lectures are online. Important notes about our attendance policy. If you are absent without explanation during the first 2 weeks of class, you may be dropped for non-attendance. This is sort of expedited for the short-term classes, right? So if you are absent within the first couple of days of a short-term class and I don't know why, I will drop you from the class because I will assume that you do not want to continue with the class. So if you have to miss an assignment or you have to miss a class early on, just make sure that you're in touch with me so that I know not to drop you if you don't want to be dropped. Holidays are listed. Again, if you're watching this at a time that is not the spring 2023 semester, then make sure that you look at your syllabus for updated holidays and breaks. Makeup and late work. So I typically do not accept late work. If there's an emergency that's preventing you from turning something in, you can, of course, ask for an extension or let me know, and I'm happy to work with you depending on the circumstances. Additionally, one time throughout the semester, everybody has a chance to just sort of mess up, miss an assignment, do badly on an assignment, and you can make that up with no penalty. So details about that are here. You basically just need to get in touch with me and say, hey, I want to use my plea, and then we'll work out the details. You can't use this after we have started work on our third essay, and there's no benefit to saving it. So I definitely recommend using that sometime within our first couple of units of class. Accessing Canvas and student email. I need you to have access to Canvas and your student email, and I need you to check that regularly. So make sure that you're doing that. If you're not sure how to do those things, please get in touch right away at the beginning of class so that I can get you the tutorials and support that you need. Collaboration and community in the classroom. So I mentioned that we will be working in groups. Also, in addition to that, make sure that you are respectful of other people's beliefs in our class and, just be good people to one another. Online classes. So again, Canvas is very important. Check your student email. Join our class on the Remind app. Remember that this code is different for each class. So make sure that you are watching the welcome video for your class and then also looking at your class's syllabus to make sure that you have the right code. If you need to meet me, we will do that on Zoom. And then you've got video lectures such as this one that will kind of go over different, documents, different concepts, and so on. Academic integrity policy. Please make sure that you are using your own work only. If you're citing ideas from somebody else, you need to make that clear in your writing and let me know that you are borrowing an idea from someone else by putting that in quotations and using a citation there. Don't use anybody else's work. Don't use reused work that you or somebody else has turned in for a different class. Do not have some kind of a chat bot write your work for you. I will know and I will give you an F on the assignment and report that to the school. So make sure that you're not making those bad choices. Students with disabilities, if you have any kind of a disability that requires extra time or any other accommodations, please let me know right away so that I can get you those accommodations in place. Adult themes. This is a college class, and as such, we discuss topics that are, about issues that can be difficult for some people. I recommend taking a look at our schedule of classes. All of your readings are listed in the schedule of classes, which are at the end of the syllabus. Look at those ahead of time. If any of the topics are too much for you, you might choose a different class, or you might ask me for an alternative assignment. I'll do my best to accommodate that when I can. Extra help. So we've got tutoring. If you need to get more information about tutoring, click here. You can also watch our welcome video, and I go over more details about that. Other links that are going to be helpful for you are all listed here. So for instance, if you need help with Canvas, I would go to your syllabus, click on this link, and that's going to help you with that. You've also got links to things like the library, student services, and so on. We also have some great resources to help you with life outside of the classroom, so make sure that you're taking advantage of those as well. And this brings us to our schedule of classes. So again, this will look different for every class, but this one is for a short-term class, in this case, short-term spring 2023. So general rules about the schedule. The first column shows the date and the week. So this is the first column. It shows you that we are in week 1, and this is the date. After that, it tells you things to read, watch, and do for that week. And then due dates and reminders are the final column. So each week I'm going to look at my schedule of classes and I'm going to click on my assigned readings to get to those things. Once I have read all of those things and watched all of my assigned lectures, then I'm going to make sure that I go to Canvas to complete all of these things that are due by Wednesday and Friday. If I would like to look ahead and see what's coming up at a later time, in my particular class, I could go to, say week 4, and I notice, okay, there's a holiday on this day, here's my readings, and here's what's due. So you can look down throughout your schedule to check that out. All right, so that is a really brief overview of what to kind of expect from our syllabus. Remember to go to Canvas, watch your welcome video for your class, and then look at your syllabus, which will also be in the welcome module in Canvas. Get started by making sure that you have joined our class on the Remind app, and then look into that first week. So look for your weekly schedule, start reading things, start completing assignments, and welcome to class. I'm glad that you're here.